Hi there. Today I would like to introduce you to a book called Forever in My Veins by Lionel Friedberg. How film led me to the mysterious world of the African shaman. This book is published by John Hunt Publishing. It is also available to purchase from them, as well as sites such as Amazon. I would also like to read the blurb to you on the back. An Emmy Award-winning producer and New York Times best-selling author Lionel Friedberg has spent 50 years making films as diverse as full-length theatrical features and television documentaries. After growing up in South Africa during the troubled era of apartheid, he began his career during the dying days of colonialism in Central Africa. He eventually settled in Los Angeles, where his work took him to the sound stages of Hollywood and to the most remote regions of the earth. His career exposed him to the extraordinary wonders of our planet and brought him into close contact with many unforgettable personalities, from maverick scientists to politicians, entertainers, and people who survived near-death experiences. His observations have taught him that life is far more complex and infinitely stranger than we imagine. When he was struck by an unexpected life-threatening illness, his efforts to find a way to save his life took him back to Africa, where he encountered the age-old rituals and powerful healing methods of African shamans. Their mysterious ways have much to teach us and are as relevant today as they were in ancient times. And this book sounds incredibly interesting. Now let me read a little excerpt to you. Just hang on. How often have you stared in hushed silence at something so breathtaking that your pulse races and words lose all meaning? Have you ever experienced an epiphany of discovery so dramatically profound that you are forever altered by the experience? I guess I've been lucky, because I have. Those rare moments have led me to believe that anyone with the slightest degree of curiosity must surely realize that the world is a far more complex place than we can imagine. During my 75-year sojourn on this planet, I've been exposed to innumerable wonders. I'm convinced that despite our scientific disciplines and our philosophizing, we will continue to plumb depths so bewilderingly complex that we will always hunger to know more, to want to go further, to crave gazing upon vistas that may aid us in our comprehension of the mysterious ways in which the universe works. Modern technology is continually giving us new tools to unlock secrets previously inaccessible to science, but many puzzles prevail. To find the relevance in an ever-increasingly sophisticated age, we sometimes need to look over our shoulders, to peel back layers of time. Yet people tell me that dredging through the past is passé, outmoded, unfashionable. I disagree. I believe that in bygone times lie nuggets of buried treasure, reaching back into the shadows and prying moments, no matter how bizarre, from one's former years, and then examining them in the clear light of the present, could teach us invaluable lessons about what may lie beyond tomorrow. I make neither excuses nor apologies for being nostalgic in the pages that follow, so please come exploring with me. The year was 1996. Life was good. I was busier than I had ever been. A national primetime Emmy Award from the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences sat on my desk. Alongside it were the News and Documentary Emmy. On a shelf in my office with a collection of other accolades that included 4 Columbus International Film Festival statuettes. On a wall hung the American Association for the Advancement of Science Westinghouse Award for Best Science Programming on Television. On spots between bookcases were a dozen other certificates and plaques, going back to my first big win for Best Documentary Television Series in 1976. When it came to non-fiction film production, I felt that I was on top of the world. I was smug with confidence. I had an unabashed conviction that Hollywood lay at my feet. And then, out of the blue, everything fell apart. I was in the middle of producing a 3-hour documentary special called Who Wrote the Bible for the History Channel, surrounded by mounds of research material, ancient texts and transcripts of interviews with biblical scholars, historians, archaeologists and philological experts. I was putting the finishing touches to the final script when I decided to take an early break one evening. I shut down my computer, put my feet up after dinner and settled back to watch my favourite game show, Jeopardy! The kids were doing homework upstairs. My wife, Diana, joined me in front of the TV. It was another lovely warm summer of Californian evening. I was wearing shorts. As the show got underway, Diana glanced at my feet, leaning over, and asked, "Why are your ankles so swollen tonight?" I looked and thought, "That's strange. They are swollen." I had never noticed it before. What was going on? Well, it didn't take long to find out. A visit to my primary care physician revealed that the swelling was due to fluid retention in body tissue. That could be caused by one of 2 things: a heart condition or failing kidneys. Within 2 whirlwind weeks, I underwent a kidney biopsy and was diagnosed with a chronic and potentially fatal disease called idiopathic membranous glomerulonephritis. The nephrologist and pathologist labelled the condition idiopathic because they had no idea what had caused it. All they knew was that my immune system was acting aggressively towards my kidneys and was trying to destroy them. My own body had turned against itself. The pundits had only one suggestion: I should immediately start taking heavy doses of drugs to suppress the immune system, or my kidneys would shut down. "And what if I don't?" I asked. "Your kidneys will fail," they said. "And then what?" "You will have to start dialysis, and if I don't, you will die." Perched self-confidently at the pinnacle of a career spanning more than 3 decades, I had to face up to the fact that my universe was about to change completely. How could this be happening? I was 51 years old and as fit as a fiddle. My nephrologist informed me that my immune system was behaving erratically because it was probably reacting to something that he didn't like within the bloodstream. He proposed that there might be a latent toxin that the immune system saw as a threat, but it was not sure what to target, so it was going for an organ directly associated with cleansing the blood. It could have attacked my liver, but it was aiming for the kidneys. But you have no idea why it's doing it, I persisted. None, I was told. Something has probably been lying dormant in your system for years. Have you ever had blood poisoning or been bitten by anything venomous, like a spider or a scorpion? Sure, I said. All of the above. I made movies in a lot of weird places. I was cut, scratched, bruised and bitten more times than I can remember. What about snakes? No, I responded. That's the only thing that never happened. But as for noxious things and dirty places, I've been stung and bitten by bees, bugs, wasps, spiders, ants, mosquitoes, jellyfish, blue bottles, Portuguese men of war, everything. I was even bitten by a baboon once and suffered blood poisoning that laid me up for weeks. I've drunk brackish water in filthy places. I've swum in polluted rivers. I've eaten questionable foods. But all that was years ago. Why on earth should any of that trigger my immune system into behaving this way now? Idiopathic, my nephrologist said, at a total loss for an explanation. We simply don't know. We were confounded as to why this ghastly disease had risen out of the darkness of nowhere and was suddenly threatening my very existence. And then it came back to me. I remembered, of course. Why should I be so surprised? Now please hear me clearly before I say another word. I don't believe in hocus-pocus nonsense, or that rabbits can magically be pulled out of empty hats. I'm not prone to accepting the unproven. I'm open-minded, yes, but gullible, no. And yet the facts were indisputable. This awful illness and all its ramifications had been uncannily predicted, prophesied, foreseen, call it what you will, a long time ago in a place far, far away. Now I'm going to leave that there, and I hope you found that really interesting as I did, and I hope you check out this book.